Hey folks, this is Ben Gessel. How's it going? Just kind of an evening night video here. It's been a long day, it's been a long week, it's been a long month, it's been a long 6 months. I don't know. I've just been working very, very hard. I got a thought or two for you guys. At least a thought, or more than one thought. This train of thought I have has to do with uh, one word in particular, but sus, by the way, from Among Us video game, which of course you can probably guess that I don't play, but that I teach students that do play this game that are younger. Not that Among Us is only for little kids, but let's face it, it's basically for the most part for little kids. If any adults, or younger or older, even play this, well, I would be surprised. But it's a video game, so it's open for everybody. But the thing is just like every other, most other slang terms, lingo type terms, most. It's overused for a while and it kind of goes by the wayside. Therefore, it doesn't really, for a lot of folks, it wouldn't be something that they think about very much, or it wouldn't be something of very much importance, or maybe some people would say, don't make such a big deal out of it. But the reason that this particular word has caught my attention a bit more, I think it has to do again with how widespread it is. And also kind of like how clowns make you feel like that painted on smile. So it's kind of a deception in a way. That's the entry of the scary clown idea. When someone says something is sus, someone is acting sus. Right? Acting is different than the person being sus. Do you see what I'm saying? There's kind of that's the same deal with like teasing somebody, or I'm just playing with you, or I'm just playing with you, right? Or that double meanings, right? Triple meanings, whatever it is, nebulous meanings, toying with people, which is fun depending on the situation, depending on the person, but it's nonetheless toying with somebody's um, perceptions of that word, reactions to that word. It's kind of poking, poking bear, or it's getting a rise out of somebody. Which, again, if the person understands for what it is, and then it's all good fun. But the part of the fun for a lot of it's just like thousands of other more immature kinds of things. It's just getting a rise out of somebody. That's the fun, you know. So it's already, you guys can already tell that I have a fairly negative idea about this word, but it's going to be used a lot for a while by all the people with single or double digits that don't, double digits under, I would guess, 30, maybe, give or take 5 years. I don't know. Probably not even that, but I'd hope not used too much by adults, but because the word is suspicious, and we only use that word rather seriously, because that's what it's short for, suspicious. If I were to say to somebody about someone else, about something, that person looks suspicious, I'm being rather serious, or completely serious. the term suspicious means what? It means something negative. It doesn't mean something positive. So that's my main point, was one of the biggest points I could make here in this whole arena. It's something that's negative. So why then is it used so much? Is it we're talking about very much the same kind of deal as all the other crazy things that we're hearing people say that are younger these days, that they have no idea what they're saying, but it's incredibly offensive sometimes? Well, yeah, I tend to think it's kind of along the same lines, or similar lines, as that's so racist. Actually, sus is even worse than saying someone's racist, because by this point we're all sick and tired of hearing about racism being racist, and we also know it doesn't really mean very much anymore. It just doesn't. And that's part of the issue too, is that it should mean something. But because it's so overused, it just it's lost its meaning, largely. Or at least it loses its meaning for the individual person if they use it too much, kind of thing. You get the idea. But this term sus is short for something that's suspicious, and I don't care if it's from a video game. But of course, for the people that play the video game that I teach music lessons to, they can use that term all they want to, and it's probably kind of one of those, oh, that's so cute kind of things, or it's okay, you know, you guys are not in the bad group ever, because I already know. Well, and it's people that you know, right? If people that you know say that you're acting sus, or that you're a sus, or of course you're not going to respond aggressively, but it's people that you don't know. Specifically, people on YouTube that are young. That's what's going to happen. We already know it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen to a lot of us. YouTube, of course, as always, will never do anything about it, and will, of course, realize that it's a bunch of crap, and it's stupid, and it's a waste of time to read it, and it's meaningless. But it doesn't change the fact that it's sus. Having all these kids parrot each other and say stuff from a video game is cute and fun. But it's the idea that you can call somebody suspicious online, and you can keep referring to odd behaviors as being sus, which is something more serious than just being a little odd or eccentric or weird. It actually means something bad, like evil or criminal or reprehensible or not admirable at all. Something the opposite of that effect. But no, it just means, a lot of kids will say it just means somebody doesn't belong in the group, or something might be a little bit fishy, or they'll just say it to be trendy. And unfortunately, again, it is, there's no getting away from the fact that it's short for suspicious. I remember when people started to use the word gay. Well, I don't know. This probably was going on before I was born. But I remember when, in the 80s, when, maybe 90s as well, a little bit, we call someone who was gay, that was a negative kind of thing. That was something, a put down, or calling someone a fairy or something like that. And when people said that someone was acting gay, they didn't necessarily mean that that person was actually acting like a homosexual. And also, they didn't necessarily mean that they thought that homosexuals were to be derided or teased in that way. But it certainly does have that quality about that whole insinuation, doesn't it? But that's something from when I was younger that I suppose would be similar to this sus idea. So I've had at least a few of my music students um, use that word, just but more kind of in a general term. This is what it means. Or this is, this, and I actually appreciate them mentioning this stuff because I don't know. It's like there's some people that have very little idea about what's all this whole thing unless they work with kids that play Among Us, right? But actually, this is a different tangent here. Again, I've never played this game. This is a big deal. This game is a big deal. Why is it such a big deal? I don't know. I don't know. I just don't understand these things. I really do. I really truly don't. I'm not even making an exaggeration. I'm not even making a cliche comment. I really don't understand why some things get so popular. But I think it's kind of because a lot of people want to do it because someone else is playing it that they know. And that's just, I've never been that way. But some people are that way. That's fine. Some kids, a lot of kids are. Most people are. Most people kind of play follow the leader and be like act like lemmings. That seems like a kind of mean thing to say, but coming like for myself, where I am, I notice lemming behaviors very much so, and I have certain qualities about myself that can be a little lemmingish, but the majority of my character is definitely personality is definitely not lemmingish at all, at all. The Chinese culture to me seems very lemmingish, with certain exceptions, like that one martial artist with an X first name, for instance. Yeah. So what else do I want to say about the subject? I'm probably going to get called sus a million times, a billion times. It's going to be annoying. It's going to be fun at times. It's going to be annoying most of the time. It's not going to mean anything. It doesn't mean a darn thing. If somebody actually, though, I want people to understand that when they are using that term, it is an abbreviation for suspicious. So if somebody's acting like they're about to steal $1 billion or burglarize someone's house or hurt somebody or whatever, okay, by all means you can use that term. But if they look like they're going to do it but they don't, you see what the problem is? It's very judgy. It's a judgy thing to do, to say. That's the whole problem with that word. Why aren't there words that are more positive and uplifting? I don't know. I wish I understood why life is the way it is. But someone up here, you won't hear me using this term hardly at all. And you should say thank goodness. Because I don't. I just don't. That's not my world. It's not what I do. But I will be nice to the people that I teach lessons to that are a bit more interested in that sort of thing. And I'll probably understand that they're using that term just to be trendy. Alright, or just to say it in a fun way. You guys take care. Leave me thoughts, comments below. Catch you later. Bye.